All right, let's go on to watch this, jerks.
Yeah, this first thing sounds like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. What's this first?
No, it's
tell
good.
me all about
Tell
me all about this first thing and how it's supposed to make me feel better. Go ahead.
No, this is a series that just came out on HBO Max or whatever it's called. It's called The Takedown: American Aryans. Now, it's a 4-part series. I think it's over. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's 4 parts and that it's done.
It's pretty sure it's still going. I think I saw something on TV about
it. No, that's just the news. That's
CNN.
Okay. You're watching CNN.
I see. I see.
I am. This is specifically about the Aryan Brotherhood of Texas. So, and how they took them down and arrested them. So these Aryans, Wombat, you'll be happy to know, are all in jail. It's the other Aryans that you're going to have to worry about, not the ones on this show. But it's if you like these, crime gang type documentaries, this is one of them. And you can watch it on Max. It just came out. It's good. It's fine. Didn't rock my world.
I'm not gonna watch that.
I would say no. This one's not for you. When I talk about this stuff on the show, Wombat, I don't think that everything is for you. I will always let you know when I think that you should watch it, and I take that recommendation seriously. This one, not for you.
I appreciate that. Yes. I appreciate your candor.
Yes. Later, I have one that is for you.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes. In the meantime, let's hear about the 90 hours of SNL 50 stuff that you've watched, because I know it seems like that's how much they produced.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there was the concert, which
I watched that.
I didn't finish that, which is crazy.
I finished that. I watched all 3 hours plus of the concert.
That's crazy.
It was good.
It is good.
You like David Byrne, right?
Yeah.
David Byrne's just like wandering into all the performances. It's fantastic.
I mean, he is David Byrne. He can kind of do whatever he wants, I think, at this point. Yeah.
Who was the best performer on that? Or best performance, rather? I didn't watch it.
Eddie Vedder did a good job.
Eddie Vedder's was good. The Post Malone with Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. The Arcade Fire was good, but it went on for a long time and got awkward when they started walking through the crowd.
That sounds about right.
Are they singing just their own song? What are they singing? Like their own songs?
Most of the performance, they would sing like a cover of a famous song that was played on Saturday Night Live. And then they would play like whatever song they were famous for that they had performed on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It stayed on theme, and they also did some comedy sketches in between, like Andy Samberg and Will Ferrell, and
Yeah, the Will Ferrell
Andy Gasteyer thing.
Yeah, that's good. The music teachers sketch. They did a new one of those. So I don't know. It was
good times.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I did watch the 50th special.
Okay.
How many hours
I
did watch the whole thing. That was 3 hours. That was live. I watched that live. That was really funny. That whole thing, almost the whole thing was pretty darn funny. Like there are very few misses in that special, and it's actually worth your time.
They talked about it on Howard, and they mentioned a few big names that weren't there. And I feel like you know enough about all this shit that you know the answers to like why Dan Aykroyd wasn't there, or why who's the other Bill
Hader wasn't there.
Yeah.
The thing I heard about
Quinn.
Yes, Colin Quinn. Well, Colin Quinn apparently was doing stand-up somewhere, and he's not a big name for Saturday Night Live. He just isn't. He's, no one's
like news, though,
no one's watching the SNL 50 going, "Where's Colin Quinn?" No one was watching it when he was on, going, "Where's Colin Quinn?" Bill Hader. Apparently, he said he had a previous commitment. What I've heard is,
you would know.
From what I know about Bill Hader, and again, who knows? He apparently still has a lot of anxiety, and doing live TV again isn't something that I don't think he really wants to do anymore.
But he could have just sat in the audience, though.
Yes, Tim Robinson just sat in the audience. He was there, which was a big surprise because him and Lorne Michaels had a big falling out.
They did?
Yeah. I only learned about that like a week ago.
Wait, what happened?
So apparently Lorne Michaels this was back when Tim Robinson was a writer. And this was the season where Donald Trump first announces that he was going to run for president the first time.
Okay.
And that's when Lorne Michaels had him host.
Okay.
And Tim Robinson was very against having Donald Trump anywhere near the show.
Oh, wow.
And he felt that Lorne was being too easy on him. And he called Lorne Michaels an old man who needed to be shot in the head.
Oh, man.
And that was shortly after that Tim Robinson was not on the show anymore.
Interesting. Where'd you hear about that?
That was written up. I think it was in New York Magazine or one of those. It was
I knew he would know
article.
this.
Yeah.
See, Howard didn't have this information at his fingertips.
That's because he doesn't do the research that I do. But I thought it was very interesting, and I'm like, there's no way Tim Robinson's going to be at the 50th. And then I saw all these pictures of him hanging out, like Tim Robinson, and Jack White hanging out at the after parties.
He's cool.
And him in the crowd. He sat all the way in the back corner, though. Which, like, if you look at the stands, you have to like blink or you'll miss some kind of a seating arrangement for him. But I don't know. I still think they should get him the host when the next season of I Think You Should Leave comes out.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else I've been watching. The new season of White Lotus is out. You watch White Lotus or no?
No, my wife does.
So good though. Arnold Schwarzenegger's son is on it.
Good for him.
You see his ass in the first episode.
Yeah. Is it the one with the maid or is it?
No, it's Patrick.
Okay.
What's the guy? What's the one with the maid's name?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mr. Clean.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, the first episode was really good. Looking forward to the rest of the season. I will say we watched the show on Netflix, a Japanese show that we did not like. We only lasted like 3 minutes and I noped out, called Private Banker. So if you see that one, I would say you can just move right past that. It's like one of those Japanese shows that looks like they had no money to shoot it. It's like very shiny. It looks like a soap opera. I don't know what happened. Anyway, what about movies? We watched Heretic. I paid $5 and rented that. I'm sure it's going to be free somewhere this weekend.
Is that like an Exorcist movie?
No, that's the one with Hugh Grant, and he's like the Jehovah's Witness, the Mormons. The Mormons show up at his door, and he gives them like a Saw experience.
Oh, that's funny.
Not really, not really a Saw experience. Is it funny? Yeah, a little.
Is it supposed to be satire? It sounds like it. Satire. But
No,
is it not?
I mean, there's some funny parts, but it's definitely like a horror/thriller movie. But it was good. It wasn't great. It was good. It was nice to see Hugh Grant again in an interesting role for him. And It's very bloody at points, which I don't know. It's a lot of that shit. We also watched The Greatest Night in Pop, which I know you both guys have seen. We Are the World.
Excellent documentary.
The We Are the World documentary. What do you think I thought was the most interesting part of that? There was really only one part that I thought, there's one specific part that I was like, that's amazing or crazy that even happened.
The Bob Dylan part?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That's the main thread in that whole thing.
But but it's really, is it the main thread? I mean, it was just like one little part. I mean, the main thread,
but he's just there the whole time. Like he's just awkward and uncomfortable. Like the entire, like every scene.
Right.
He has
he's just kind of hanging out there.
He has real imposter syndrome in that moment. And which is interesting.
I feel like you don't notice him the whole movie. Like I didn't even notice him there the whole movie until that one scene where it's like time to do his part, and that's the part I'm talking about. But I wouldn't say he's the thread of the whole thing. I'd say the thread of the whole thing is like Michael Jackson, like is the backbone of that song. I mean, and Lionel Richie. I didn't realize really that
once they get in the room though, it's like I couldn't stop looking at Bob Dylan because it was so.
I didn't even see him. I'm like, why is Dan Aykroyd there?
Because his manager was the same manager as most of the people there.
Okay.
They say that in the documentary too. That's why he's there.
They did?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch that part.
Lionel, I want to say Lionel Richie and Dan Aykroyd had the same manager, and that manager managed most of the people in that room. So when they were just trying to scrounge people up,
that part was clear. That like it was this one main guy was getting.
Dan Aykroyd was just one of those people,
but he was like the only guy that wasn't like a legendary singer. Kind of.
Well, he was in a band. He has gold records.
But legend. I mean.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Paul Simon.
Yeah. Yes, I understand. I understand.
It's really cool.
I'm not saying it's definitely weird. I'm not saying it's not weird.
The other good part of that is just when Waylon Jennings just leaves.
That to me is the other like great part. Also, the whole concept that Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie had both not heard Huey Lewis sing before until he sang his part. Like they didn't know his music. So when he sang,
I didn't pick up on that. They said that.
Yeah, this is the documentary too.
Are you sure you didn't like do some background extra? Yeah.
No, I didn't do extra research.
I feel like I was paying very close attention, and I didn't pick up on that.
Oh well.
All right, maybe I need to watch it again, but I'm not.
Yep.
All right, let's hear really quickly about these other music documentaries.
Okay. Well, I watched the Sly Stone documentary on Hulu, which is the new Questlove documentary. He's done a handful now, and this is another excellent top tier. This is a top tier documentary.
Oh, did this just okay?
This just came out. It's brand new.
I know somebody that went to the party. I guess Questlove had a party for it.
That makes sense.
And in the gift bag was weed.
That also makes sense.
And guess who wound up with it?
You.
Also makes sense.
It does make sense. Congratulations.
Didn't go to the party.
That's okay. It's really good. It's sad. I mean, I don't know if you are aware, but Sly Stone is still alive.
That is sad.
And he's doing, I guess, the best he can, but he's had a lot of problems. He's shone brightly for, almost really 10 years. He had a good 10-year run, which honestly in music is a pretty long time. Had classic songs that are still played on the radio today that everybody still knows. And then drugs got a hold of him and everything fell apart. And that's what this is about. And it's kind of sad.
Right.
It's really sad.
All right. Chip's not going to watch that. It's too depressing.
I'm not going to watch it. It's too depressing. And I would never stop on a Sly Stone documentary.
It's an interesting documentary about the pressure of fame, and
sure. I'm sure it's very good. Let's hear about Luther Vandross.
Okay, are you familiar with Luther Vandross?
I know. Yes, I am familiar.
R&B singer Luther Vandross.
Yep. Did you know the R&B singer? No, I've not heard of the R&B singer.
Okay. Did you know that when he was 19,
thinking of the other Luther Vandross,
the time traveling cop?
He sang on Sesame Street when he was 19. Did you know that?
Yeah. He was Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, that's what I was
inside the suit. Yeah, he was the back part though. So
and he did more work with David Bowie than I thought he did. I knew he sang on Young Americans. I didn't realize he did more than that.
I'm sure he did a lot. He's Luther Vandross.
Yeah, exactly. He did a lot. He did a lot of arranging and producing and songwriting in addition to his own stuff. He had a very prolific career. This is a really good documentary. Again, as with a lot of these, the end is sad, but for different reasons than the Sly Stone documentary. Luther Vandross passed away young from a stroke.
I heard he was reading too much negative political news.
Yes, too much negative political news. And, there was things about his personal life that he just never really came to terms with in a public way. That's how I'll say it.
Yep. And his last words on his deathbed was like, I should have practiced the guitar more.
Yeah. Yep. It's a good documentary. That's good. That's good. That's a very by the numbers. It's on Max. I think it was CNN produced also. So again, it's very like here's the Luther Vandross story kind of a documentary.
Right.
But those are sometimes, good to watch too.
I watched Kong Skull Island.
I like that. I like that movie.
We're still catching up on all of the Universal theme park ride related movies. So,
did you like Kong Skull Island?
Kong Skull was pretty solid. Yeah.
That movie goes sideways quick.
It does, but it should. Yeah. And then the kids enjoyed it. It does a good job of actually having Kong in the movie. Whichever Godzilla movie was before Kong, they did not do a good job of actually having Godzilla in the movie. So
I believe Godzilla was the Godzilla movie before Kong.
Let's go with that. Is that they just named it Godzilla?
Yeah, they just called it Godzilla.
Okay. So I may check out. I'm going to skip the Godzilla after Kong.
Oh, the War of the Monsters one?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's pretty good.
It didn't look it in the trailer.
How many do you need to be from? I mean, you just go into the movie theater, you go into the theme park. You're not right. They're not writing like an essay about it, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like you have to know, like that's Mothra. That's
I don't even think they're in the theme park, right? So I think we're good. Like we've hit our Kong.
Yeah.
Okay.
The kids are now familiar with Kong.
You're not going to watch the original 1933 King Kong?
No, because they like Kong. Like that Kong.
That movie still holds up.
I'm sure it does.
Good movie. I love that movie.
It's your top 5.
Top 20.
Okay. So we watched. The list is getting small here, which is good. We still have to watch the Simpsons movie because I've never seen anything Simpsons.
Okay.
What? Why do you have to watch the whole movie? Can you just watch one episode?
Just watch the monorail episode and call it a day.
We're just gonna watch the movie because it'll give them like the characters. It'll have all the characters in it, so then they see them at the park.
Really
I think you should do it like a top 4 episodes of The Simpsons kind of thing.
I'm not gonna pick out individual episodes.
Wombat will do it for you.
I will.
I think we could do it together right now.
We watched the Itchy and Scratchy compilation that was on YouTube. That was.
I would do Itchy and Scratchy Land. Isn't a bad one.
Definitely Monorail. Definitely
Monorail is up there for sure.
The sushi, the fugu. Homer dies.
Oh, that's an early one. I was thinking maybe like 22 short films about Springfield because that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's
a little heady. They're not going to get that stuff. That's why they're going to watch the movie. They're going to see Spider Pig, and they're going to laugh because they're going to understand Spider Pig.
Right. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Camp Krusty. Yeah. Space in the chat says Camp Krusty. Yeah.
So we're making our way through all the movies, deciding if we have to watch the Blues Brothers because there's the Blues Brothers Street Show.
A reminder that film is rated R.
It is rated R, but seems all right.
It's close. I watched that with Elliot when Elliot was too young. So I'll say that now.
Y'all mind if we dance with your dates?
That is not the Blues Brothers. That is Animal House.
That is Animal House. Animal House. They're not ready for Animal House.
They're definitely not ready for Animal House. But Blues Brothers is great. Also, that is also.
But I don't know that they're going to enjoy it at all either. It's just like,
the music is still holds up if they're into the music.
They saw the music on the Saturday Night Live concert.
Good.
Yeah. So
they like it even more now.
Yeah.
You can have
maybe just show them like a clip so they know who they are.
They know who they are. We're gonna play Blues Brothers 2000 on N64. It'll work.
It's a lot. That's a lot.
That movie. That is not a good movie.
These kids are like indoctrinated before they get to the park. You're like the ideal park guest. I feel. Like.
Well, yeah. But they're supposed to like get excited another way.
But are they? I mean, they're not excited.
Just for being outside, they should be excited. I mean, oh my God, look at the sky.
Watch The Mummy. They like The Mummy.
I just don't remember, like, I've taken Ty to many amusement parks. Well, not like as many as you have, certainly. But I don't remember having to like hype him up to like go to like Disney or something.
It's more fun if they know like what the things are.
Is it?
I guess. I don't know.
It's like pretty fun already. Like it's.
I don't know. I think you need to understand the roller coaster that you're getting ready to ride.
Do I?
Yeah.
I just need to know if I'm going to vomit.
You need to understand that this is Optimus Prime from the Optimus Prime Michael Bay movies.
This is the roller coaster ride.
King Dakar.
Right. I'm going to wait 45 minutes in this line for this ride that lasts 45 seconds. No,
I'm not going to.
No.
It's fast pass.
Okay, that's good.
Fast pass. Come on.
Yeah, I would do that.
I have a season pass to SeaWorld now. How about that?
Nice, dude.
Nice.
We booked our, like, on Black Friday, we booked all of our spring break stuff. And then I realized like 3 weeks ago that we booked everything for the week before their spring break.
Oh.
No.
And so I had to like call all these places and get all the arrangements updated. And SeaWorld was like, oh, you ordered on Black Friday. And I'm like, yep, I did. And they're like, oh, well, you can't get that price anymore. So let me see what I can do. So now I have a SeaWorld season pass because it was, by the time he got done, it was only $15 more.
Right.
For me to have the season pass. I can go whenever I want.
Where's SeaWorld?
Florida.
Orlando.
How often do you be going there?
Now?
Maybe twice that week now instead of once.
Right.
3-4 times.
Right.